Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm welcome. Thank you so much for taking time to join us here today. As you're streaming into the ballroom, I'd like to, of course, say a very big thank you for giving from your heart. And today we'll be honoring you on stage real soon. As you're streaming into the ballroom, please take note of the sitting arrangement. If you know where you're seated, kindly be seated now. If not, we look forward to having everyone nicely settle in before we start with the awards charity event, the award ceremony that's happening real soon in the ballroom. Once again, please be seated. Let our ushers guide you in case you don't know where. And also as well, today we're here to celebrate you. And if you can just do me one more favor before we start with the award show, is to check that your mobile phones are on the silent mode. Once again, a very warm welcome. Allow us to usher you to your space. And if you can as well, if you're in the middle block, do us a big favor to be seated in the middle so that we can accommodate more people towards the end of the block. So thank you so much for your kind cooperation. Once again, we'll be starting as soon as everyone is in the ballroom. Thank you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm welcome. We are starting with the event very shortly, and I want to say a very big thank you for your time here with us today. Please kindly be seated, make yourself very comfortable, and also, as well, if you can do me just one last favor before we begin, please check that your mobile devices are on the silent mode. We're starting real soon. Once again, a very warm welcome. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. A very, very warm welcome. This feels like we were on a Zoom meeting, but in real life now, right? Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to you. And also, as well, I want to greet our guest of honor, Minister for Culture, Committee and Youth, and Second Minister for Law, Mr. Edwin Tong. A very warm welcome. A round of applause to be made. Thank you. Delighted to hear your applause, dear distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for your time here today. And also as well, tonight we'll be celebrating you, your generosity, and of course, we'll be seeing all of you on stage very, very soon. Also as well, to my friends online, we haven't forgotten you. Thank you so much for logging on. We do hope that you're keeping safe and well, happy and healthy wherever you are. And of course, we hope to see you in person real soon. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Charity Transparency and Governance Award 2022. My name is Sue, and allow me to tell you all about this. Now, the Charity Transparency and Governance Award aim to promote good governance and transparency in the charity sector by acknowledging the excellent work of charities while also at the same time inspiring others to emulate their best practices. So this year, we're very happy to say that this is the 5th year for our Charity Transparency Award, that for short we call CTA, recognizing charities with good disclosure practices. Whereas our Charity Governance Award, which is CGA, is already in the 8th year running, recognizing charities that have adopted the highest standards of governance. So to all our recipients here today, we want to say from the bottom of our hearts, congratulations to you on your tenacity to demonstrate good stewardship and your faithfulness in governing public charitable deeds. With that, could you please give yourselves a very, very big round of applause? Thank you. Tonight we'll be honoring you, but right now let us begin with an entertaining number. Lined up for you on stage is a fusion percussion group from Singapore. Let me tell you that they hold the Guinness World of Records for 50 hours of non-stop drumming marathon. I don't know how they do it. Like, do they take a toilet break in between? It's amazing. So they are registered with the National Arts Council and the Ministry of Education to conduct arts educational program and also percussion workshop for students and teachers. They're also actively involved in serving the community by tailoring drumming stress relief workshop. Maybe you can join in as well. It's called Fun with Drums for students, teachers, and parents to participate in. Tonight, they've come together together, and they are preparing a multicultural drums performance to, of course, entertain you tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, kicking off tonight, please put your hands together to welcome Rhythm Masala. with the masala, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. A little bit of everything uniquely Singaporean. And imagine doing that for 50 hours. You guys, amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, what an energetic way to start off our ceremony here tonight. And of course, right now, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to welcome on stage our guest of honor, Mr. Edwin Tong, Minister for Culture, Community and Youth, and also Second Minister for Law, to deliver the opening address for tonight. If you may, please give Mr. Edwin Tong a round of applause. Good evening. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much, everyone. Good evening. It's great to see all of you here again in person. I think we had a chance to have a quick bite, some drinks, socialize, network. I think these award ceremonies, in as much as they are important for what they stand for, transparency and governance, it is also so important for us to network, see each other, and build that social connection. And I'm very glad that we're able to do that. Good evening, Dr. Draadi, Chairman of the Charity Council, all ladies and gentlemen here this evening. The Charity Transparency and Governance Awards 2022 celebrates the good work by our charities and also recognizes those who have adopted high transparency and governance standards. And in this speech, I'll make the point that these are so important as we deal with the public today, how we invest in their trust and how we reciprocate with good governance and transparency. Indeed, today, charities already face a difficult task, trying to rally support, get resources, challenge in that space, and there's a lot of demand for that giving dollar. Your mission to do good is not made any easier with the fast evolving nature of the charity landscape. And in some cases also, because of a few acts by black sheep in the sector, it affects the rest of us. And the point I made earlier about trust is that it is a very fragile thing. It takes a long time to build up, but it can be destroyed very quickly. It requires constant investment of resources in it. Resources, care, nurturing, attention to it, to build it up. And our charities have by and large all worked very hard to strengthen the public confidence in them. It is important that we continue to work together to foster a safe, giving environment for Singaporeans, so that we can support the causes that we believe in, so that Singaporeans can step forward, support the causes that they believe in with peace of mind. Two very critical factors that contribute to building trust are, of course, transparency and good governance. Charities should always strive to be transparent about your charity, your charitable work, your goals, and of course, your partnerships that you make. And also communicate with the public openly, honestly, and perhaps also importantly, communicate regularly as well. These are essential to achieving a sustainable social compact in Singapore and serve as guiding principles as our charities develop and adapt to take on future challenges. The Charity Transparency and Governance Awards, as you heard earlier, we love our acronyms, right? So it's CTA or CGA. They recognize and they also celebrate charities in Singapore for their achievements. This award took a hiatus for 2 years in 2020 and 2021, but the Charity Council didn't keep still. They reviewed and also launched the Charity Transparency Framework. The framework serves as a self-diagnostic tool for charities to gauge themselves and to assess themselves against good disclosure standards. I'm very glad to see that many charities have placed an emphasis on taking ownership and investment in their governance, recognizing, I think, what we said and talked about earlier, that it is important to come across as transparent, open, well-regulated, and to inspire confidence in the giving public. By enhancing their policies and operations, they've continued to improve on their transparency and indeed their accountability to the public in the way charities operate. In the past, eligible charities are being automatically assessed for CTA, but this format has changed, and I think for good reasons. Charities are now required to conduct a self-assessment and submit their own assessment online, which will be validated by a team of assessors from the Singapore Management University, SMU, and the Institute of Internal Auditors of Singapore, IIA. And I want to just pause for a moment to thank our longtime partners, SMU and IIA, for your continued support and commitment to supporting our charities enhance and improve charity governance and transparency over the many years. This move, with self-assessment, encourages charities to take even greater ownership of their learning and participation for their awards. I'm very glad that close to 200 charities have submitted their applications for CTA this year, and today we will have 85 winners. This represents the highest number of charities receiving the award since it started in 2018. This evening, 3 of our CTA recipients will also be receiving the Charity Governance Awards, the CGA. Let me speak a little bit about them. First, Mindset Care Limited, a charity set up to make a tangible difference to the local mental health community. The board has continued to demonstrate their passion to closely review, discuss, and approve its programs and track performance outcomes to ensure their feasibility and alignment and also relevance to the charity's vision and objectives. Second, Prison Fellowship Singapore Limited, or PFS, reaches out to prisoners, ex-offenders, and their families in Singapore. It is their first time achieving CTA and CGA. PFS has developed a robust succession strategy to ensure board renewal. Board members are identified not just based on their time, commitment, competencies, and professional experience, but also as to their suitability to help achieve a balanced yet diverse combination of capabilities on the board. Members collectively complete the board competency table to provide an overview of the aggregated capability of the existing board and to identify any potential talent gaps so that the board can plug them as they look at renewal. Third, the National Kidney Foundation. It is a well-known name, also a charity that provides affordable and sustainable dialysis for all who are in need of it and educates on also the prevention of kidney disease, so forward planning as well, not just in treating, but ensuring that we try as far as we can to prevent the disease. NKF has put in place prompt and systematic processes to ensure that their services to the patient were not disrupted by COVID-19. And NKF remained particularly patient-focused and provided good welfare to its staff and nurses, including scholarships, training, and care packages to retain them. And that was particularly important, and I think it stood out, especially during the time of COVID, when many of these nurses, healthcare workers, were at the front line. NKF also stepped forward and helped hospitals to care for patients needing dialysis. So my warmest congratulations to all winners today. I understand also that we have quite a fair number of first-time winners, which is great, because as I was chatting with all of you over dinner, many of you spoke about how you aspired, you set out to win the award, and you looked at your processes closely, spent the last couple of years working towards it. And I'm glad, because that's precisely what the awards are about, to inspire you to achieve that and to have that aspiration, and you have a goal to work towards. I would like to also take the time to thank the 5 CGA judges, Sing Hui, Woon Teck, Suhaimi, Dixon, and Lulu, and Ernst & Young Advisory Private Limited, EY, for their time and expertise, which not only uplift those in need of guidance, but also influence and encourage other charities to achieve good governance. At the Charity Governance Conference organized last year, the Charity Council had announced the revision of the Code of Governance for Charities and IPCs. This, of course, was timely, as the public expectations towards charities have changed, have evolved over time. The charity sector has also matured significantly, and the code principles need to be relooked and reviewed to ensure that they remain relevant for the sector. A subcommittee led by Council Member Hao Yao was formed to review the code. A rigorous consultation was conducted, including having 4 dialogue sessions with charities from all sectors, having a public consultation for the members of the public to submit feedback online, and they received quite a few. Many charities have given feedback relating to board term limits and principles relating to charities' adoption of ESG being environmental, social, and governance practices. The subcommittee have considered the feedback carefully and will be factoring it into the upcoming revised code, which will be principle-focused with clearer guidelines. The main changes will see a re-tiering of charities based on their size. The aim is to ensure that charities continue to adhere to principles of good governance and accountability, whilst making sure that the charities are not overly burdened with administrative requirements that might prevent them from carrying out the principal good work that they do and allowing them to work more effectively for their charitable causes. We know that our charities are at varying stages of their efforts to achieve good governance standards, and hence the revised code is really intended to help charities further along in this journey. We have also heard that charities would like to have more guidance on implementing the right actions to achieve good governance, what steps to take, what are good practices, what are best practices, and so on. The Charity Council and COC's office will provide training and resources to help charities understand and implement the revised code. The Charity Council will share more details with you early next year to ensure that charities will have sufficient time to prepare themselves and study the code, understand it, digest it. The new reporting requirements will only take place from 2024. At this point in time, as I conclude, let us take a moment to reflect how important it is that we have good governance. As you conduct your charities, do your work, very public-facing in many ways, strong governance, strong transparency will make an impact on our communities and our people. Good governance, I think today, is not just good to have. I think it's an absolutely critical factor as we deal in the currency of trust. Members of the public must trust that the giving dollar, which they're prepared to give, will go to the right places, that it'll be looked after, it'll be properly stewarded and shepherded into the right causes. And it's important for us to remain accountable to the giving public. So I invite all charities to step up, take a concerted effort to support best practices in governance and management. Conduct self-assessment, which I think is a great tool for us to reflect, look at, understand, and also measure ourselves up, gauge ourselves against the standards. And submit the CTA to reassure your stakeholders and the public of your continued commitment to be transparent and to be accountable. I hope charities can also continue, many of you here, to inspire others to contribute in different ways to build a well-governed charity sector. I think on this last point, it really takes for all of us to come together to do it. Us in government, with the Charity Council, looking at it with the COC, looking at a framework that works for all, but each of you as well, adopting it, self-assessing, submitting, and complying with the code and the best practices. As I said, it's difficult to build up trust over a sustained period of time, but very easy to break it. And it takes only a few of us amongst the group to break it, and that tar will affect the rest of the charities. So it's really a concerted, consolidated effort by all of us. The Charity Council and COC's office, and indeed all our partners, will continue to do our part to help charities to improve their own transparency and governance standards. So once again, before I sit down, let me just offer my warmest, heartiest congratulations to all the winners today. For those out there who have not been able to make it this time, I invite you to try and try again. That, after all, is the whole purpose of the self-assessment, and inspire for you to aspire to even greater heights. I tremendously appreciate and applaud all your determination to give your best for others in the work that you do. And in Singapore, without the volunteers, without the charitable causes, I think our country will be a little less meaningful. When we build our country, make it more inclusive, make it a home for all, bring the poorest, the most underprivileged, the most distressed along, it takes the concerted work of all of you in this charity sector to make that happen. And I think it starts with having good internal governance and transparency for the public to have confidence in not just you, but the work that you do. So thank you very much as we do this to strengthen our social compact to really, really build a much more inclusive and truly a special Singapore, not just for ourselves, but for our future generations. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Minister. Please take a seat. We will see you later very soon for the token of appreciation and also the award ceremony as well. Once again, thank you for practicing good governance and at the same time staying transparent and of course upholding the value that we call trust. And at this moment in time, it is my pleasure to invite Dr. Gerard Ee, Charity Council Chairman, to come on stage to give you a welcome address. Could you please give Dr. Ee a very big round of applause? Dr. Ee, good evening. Thank you.
Mr. Edwin Tong, Minister for Culture, Community and Youth, and Second Minister for Law. Mr. Desmond Chin, Commissioner of Charities, fellow members of the Charities Council, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Very good evening to all of you. First and foremost, let me extend my warmest congratulations to all award recipients. I'm indeed delighted to welcome all of you today to the Charity Transparency and Governance Awards 2022. It is great to see all of you gathered here in person, and of course, for all those who have tuned in online. We are indeed privileged to have with us Minister Edwin Tong joining us here today to present the awards. Thank you, Minister, for your time and support. The Charity Transparency and Governance Award was last held in 2019. The awards took a hiatus in 2020 and 2021 for the review of the Charity Transparency Framework, and also for the charities to prioritize their resources on more urgent COVID-19 work. The awards is one of the Charities Council key initiatives to promote and reiterate the importance of transparency and good governance in this sector. The awards recognize the exemplary efforts of the charities and encourage other charities to strive towards excellence in governance so as to build a thriving charity sector. Transparency is a key component of good governance. It is important to ensure public trust and confidence in the charity sector. One way to build trust is to disclose detailed and clear information of the charity to help stakeholders understand the charity better. How do you do it, you may ask? My advice is to tell your story. Effective communication and sharing of charities' work, programs, and activities allow people to have confidence in the work you do. With this, more stakeholders will come forward to support and help the charity. I think all of you must remember that people do not support organizations. They only support the causes which you stand for. They support the outcomes that you achieve. So tell your story, tell it very clearly and simply so that people can get excited over your achievements and give you even further support. It is indeed heartening to know that there are 27% more charities receiving the Charities Transparency Awards this year. This indicates that more charities understand the importance of transparency and are putting in effort to put in place good transparency practices. The winners here today are the top 40% of the participating charities. They have detailed information displayed in its annual report, financial statements, governance, evaluation, checklists, and website. So do not be disheartened if you did not win the CTA award this year. It does not mean that you did not do well, but there's always room for improvement. Work on these areas and you will be back even stronger the next round. I encourage charities to learn from one another and see how information can be clearly communicated to your stakeholders. Start your journey in practicing good disclosure right away, and I hope to see more charities attaining good transparency standards over time. Good governance is essential to a charity's success. When charities are well governed, public trust in the charity sector is strengthened. There will be strong support from all stakeholders, from funding to volunteer time, skills, and knowledge. Governance involves implementing systems and processes to ensure that your charity achieves its charitable objects, comply with legal requirements, and is managed in an effective and efficient way. Good governance is something that all charities should strive to achieve. This will help to affirm public trust and confidence in each charity and create a standard of excellence in the charity sector as a whole. Due to COVID-19, the past few years have not been easy for many charities. I applaud the winners of the Charity Governance Awards and Special Commendation Awards, who have adopted the highest standards of governance despite the challenging times. Good governance and transparency are essential to the sustainability and growth of the charity sector. I would like to encourage charities, regardless of your sector and size, to participate in the awards assessment process. I believe it will be a good learning opportunity, and your charity will benefit from the rigorous assessments. In Minister's speech earlier, he shared that the revised Code of Governance will be launched in February next year. The first governance evaluation checklist submission based on the new code will be only due in June 2025. The Code of Governance was first developed in 2007 and last refined in 2015. The Code set out principles and practices in key areas of governance and management which charities are encouraged to adopt. To keep up with the changing charity landscape and increasingly sophisticated donors who want greater transparency and accountability by the charities, as well as to enable informed giving decisions, we thought that it is timely for the code to be re-evaluated. The charity sector has matured significantly over the years. It is ready for a principle-based code which allows different sectors to exercise greater flexibility in applying the code to address their sector's specific needs. It also encourages the charities to undertake a more thorough review of the governance standards by a deeper understanding of the underlying principles, instead of just ticking the guideline exercise. This revised code will provide greater clarity and relevance about good governance and encourages charities to think through if their actions are aligned with the overarching principles. As mentioned by Minister, to support implementation of the revised code, the Charity Council will work with the Office of the Commissioner of Charities and partners to conduct learning sessions and develop resources. To familiarize yourself with the revised code, I strongly encourage charities to join the training sessions, which will be held in the second and third quarter of 2023. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the Code Governance Subcommittee, led by Mr. Ang Hao Yao, and joined by 11 members representing the various sectors. They have held numerous meetings to deliberate on key issues and provide greater clarity to the existing guidelines. Lastly, I would like to thank the Singapore Management University, the Institute of Internal Auditors, Singapore, EY, as well as the independent judges for supporting the awards assessment processes. We thank you for availing your time and invaluable insights in making the judging process a robust one, and we truly value your support for the charity sector over the years. We are also extremely thankful for the support from our sponsor, Mr. Ang Hao Yao, who contributed to part of the prize money tonight. Thank you, Hao Yao. Thank you, everyone, for making time to celebrate this special occasion with us this evening. On behalf of the Charity Council, I wish all of you every success, and as you continue to dedicate yourselves to the pursuit of governance excellence. Have an enjoyable evening ahead. Thank you, and God bless.
Thank you, Dr. E, for the very warm, but just take a seat. We will see you later as well. Dr. E will be back, of course, real soon to give away all the awards. Ladies and gentlemen, please take this time as well to prepare yourselves because we'll be honoring you on stage real soon. And what we're going to do real soon is to start with the tokens of appreciation. For this part, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back Minister Tong to come on stage to present the token of appreciation to our valuable partners who has given us their support in making this charity transparent and governance award possible. A round of applause, please. Thank you. I want to let you know that this year, our tokens of appreciation are all handmade by artists at the Arts Faculty, a social enterprise by Autism Resource Centre Singapore. It is a faculty that is dedicated to showcasing and also honoring the unique talents of artists on the autism spectrum. So let us begin. For the Charity Transparency Awards, we'd like to express our appreciation to our following strategic partners. Please welcome Singapore Management University, represented by Dr. Fu Xi Liang, Associate Professor from SMU's School of Accountancy. A round of applause. Thank you, Dr. Fu, for joining us here this evening. If you may, let us honor you. Thank you. If you're not too tired, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Dr. Fu. Thank you. Take a rest downstage. Next up, please welcome on stage Institute of Internal Auditors Singapore, represented by Ms. Tan Suan Yi, Vice President, IIA Singapore Board of Governors. A round of applause. A round of applause for Ms. Tan, if you may. Thank you. Now, for the Charity Governance Awards, we'd like to express appreciation to EY, represented by Mr. Nyo Sing Hui, partner EY. Welcome. Good evening, Mr. Nyo. If you may. Once again, a round of applause. Mr. Neo, do stick around. Now, we'd like to extend our gratitude to our Charity Governance Award CGA judges who have volunteered their time and effort to interview and also to determine our winners tonight. Our token of appreciation for our judges is the statement platter, also made by artists from the Arts Faculty. Ladies and gentlemen, our Charity Governance Award CGA judges, we welcome back Mr. Nyo Sing Hui, partner EY. Thank you. Oh, that is a beautiful statement piece. Ladies and gentlemen, if you may, thanks our judges. Thank you, Mr. Neo. Stay close, we do have a group photo coming up. Next up, please welcome Mr. Tay Woon Teck, Managing Director, Business Consulting and Head of Private Client Services, RSM Risk Advisory Private Limited. A very big round of applause. Good evening, Mr. Tay. Thanks for being one of our judges. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Tay Woon Teck. Next up, I'd like to call upon Mr. Dixon Lim, Head of Philanthropy and Community Impact for Singapore, UBS AG. Thank you very much, Mr. Dixon Lim. A round of applause. If you may, please help me warmly welcome Mr. Suhaimi Zainul Abidin, CEO, Quantech Capital Private Limited. Mr. Suhaimi, thank you. Can we hear it from Mr. Suhaimi? One more judge to thank. Please warmly welcome Ms. Lan Lulu, Associate Professor of Law, NUS Law School. There she is. Ms. Lulu, thank you very much. If you may, thank you. Miss Lulu, do stay because we would like to have a group photo of all our judges to come and join you and Minister for a group photo. And there they are, ladies and gentlemen, all our judges are back together for a group photo. And we really thank you for taking time to be part of this process to help us keep good governance and, above everything else as well, inspire the community to do good. Ladies and gentlemen, all our judges are here. If you may, please give them a few moments to get into position. You may, of course, take out your camera as well to take a shot of this momentous occasion. Once again, we really thank our judges from the bottom of our heart for sacrificing time and effort to be part of this. A very big round of applause. Just a few short moments. We got it. Thank you, judges. Please be seated. Minister, just one more to go. Thank you, judges. We will celebrate you later. Take a seat downstage. And like what we heard earlier on, last but definitely not least, we would like to express our deepest appreciation to our sponsor. Ladies and gentlemen, please, let's hear it for Mr. Ang Hao Yao. Thank you, Mr. Ang. Thank you for your generosity. With that, ladies and gentlemen, we send Minister and Mr. Ang off with a round of applause. Thank you, Minister. Take a rest downstage. We really appreciate your time. Thank you. We'll see you very soon as well. Ladies and gentlemen, it is such a great honor to be here honoring you and to thank you for your time, your sacrifices, your generosity, and you upholding the cause. Once again, could you may please help me thank Minister and all our judges for the very good work done so far. Like what we heard tonight, we'll be presenting the Special Commendation Award to 3 charities as they have shown us exemplary practices in specific areas of governance. And this year's Charity Governance Award, CGA, we recognize 3 main winners. Now, before we get to the awards presentation, at this moment in time, do sit back. As you can tell, we dim the lights because we have prepared a video of the 3 Charity Governance Award CGA winners sharing about their journey and words of inspiration towards achieving governance excellence. Ladies and gentlemen, take a look.
Governance refers to the framework and processes concerned with managing the overall direction, effectiveness, supervision, and accountability of an organization.
It's important to have good governance because at the end of the day, we charities rely a lot on this one word, trust. It's trust from the community.
Governance is obviously a very important part because it has to do with managing the assets that have been entrusted to you. So it's important in that regard to be able to have a governance structure that is robust, that is transparent, that has an ability to be accountable.
Critical to the piece is to ensure that the charity complies with the relevant legislative framework.
Well, good governance to me, I think at the end of the day is really just doing the right thing for our stakeholders. I think that's fundamental. I think what is then important is to make sure that the organization has the right purpose and the right vision, and that the board, management, employees are all aligned to that. Once it's aligned, I think it's very important to have the right structure and processes for it to be aligned. And I think the most important thing is to make sure we have the right people, capable people to deliver on what we need to do, but also people with the right values, whether it's employees, management, or even the board members. I think we need to have the right set of values and attitudes.
I think good governance is just part and parcel of the whole robust structure of any organization. And if it is to be sustainable, then that corporate governance needs to be in place. It all boils down to the accountability.
It is about creating a culture within a charity that actually permeates through the organization so that you can have that direction, focused progress in a way that enables you to also be an accountable steward.
Trust is basically from the community, that they will trust us to do the right thing. Patients need to trust us. They know that we will always provide the best dialysis treatment for them. Donors need to also trust us that we will be very responsible for their donations, because we get tremendous amount of support from them as well as from the Ministry of Health. And we cannot lose that trust, because the moment we lose that trust, our reputation is gone and everything collapses. So I would say governance practices are very important because of that one word, trust.
Some may say that, is that a necessary bureaucracy? I would actually look at it in terms of it being a way of ensuring that the assets that have been given to a charity are well managed, and so that it is dispersed with a great amount of responsibility and stewardship on the part of the charity itself.
It is about really positioning the charity with sufficiently high standards and also a focused direction so that you can be an accountable steward for the resources that you have and collectively achieve the goal or the objective of the charity.
For every $1 that donors give us, how much of that $1 goes into patient care? We are very focused on that number, and we need to always keep a watchful eye on this number, because we, again, need to earn the trust and maintain the trust of our donors that we will be responsible with their money.
Within the organization itself, we would have a financial allocation subcommittee, which is made up of steering committee members who would look at various proposals that are made to the charity for funding. And this is an interesting process because the Financial Allocation Subcommittee actually goes through in great detail to understand how the funds that are allocated get utilized and how it has an impact on the beneficiaries. As you can see, there are various stages and levels of accountability and process, and this is part and parcel of that robust governance system that we have in terms of ensuring that whatever that has been entrusted to us gets dispersed in an open and transparent manner.
It is about really aligning so that we can manage this well. The well part in doing good. We want to do good well. It's the wellness part of the equation.
There needs to be very clear alignment between the board and the management team. The board needs to set the tone on governance. We need to develop the right culture and mindset in the organization.
There's also whistleblowing mechanism, which allows people and stakeholders on the outside, if they feel that something is not being done in the right fashion, for them to be able to raise that.
So I do think in Singapore there needs to be a lot more collaboration, and I would like that, right, for different charities to come together, because we should focus on the beneficiary. And that, at the end of the day, is what matters.
A round of applause, please. Thank you very much for being good steward in what you do and holding accountable all the actions that transpire within your organization. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope that has inspired you to strive for governance excellence, and in a few short moments, we'll be honoring you on stage. Without further ado, I'd like to invite our guest of honor, Minister Edwin Tong, to come on stage to present the awards. Minister, please. Thank you. Round of applause. We will be first announcing the winners of the Charity Governance Award. Besides the plaque and the certificate, the following winners will also receive $10,000 prize each. Isn't that just really wonderful? Please remain on stage for a group photo after receiving your award as well. Ladies and gentlemen, the Charity Governance Award goes to Mindset Care Limited. Receiving the award on stage is CEO Mr. Jeffrey Tan. Thank you for that very rousing welcome. Mr. Jeffrey Tan, thank you for being a good steward, for inspiring all of us. Congratulations. Now, MISA aims to recognize awareness of the understanding of mental health issues to change attitudes and the negative perception attached to it. They seek to provide a holistic approach towards supporting mental health persons in recovery, their families, caregivers, as well as mental health social services agency. Congratulations. And we want to honor the second Charity Governance Award. It goes to Prison Fellowship Singapore, receiving the award on stage is Chairman, Mr. Gregory Vijayandran. Congratulations. Let me tell you about Prison Fellowship Singapore Limited, PFS, an inter-denominational Christian non-profit organization that reaches out to prisoners, ex-offenders, and their families in Singapore. They partner churches and volunteers to help men, women, and their families in Singapore prison system before and during imprisonment and after their release. Congratulations, Mr. Gregory. Thank you. A round of applause. We'd like to honor the third winner of the Charity Governance Award, none other than what you've seen, the National Kidney Foundation. Please welcome Chairman of the Board of Directors, Mr. Arthur Lang. Now, NKF strives to be an advocate and integrator for kidney health and holistic care for the community by the community, while supporting kidney failure patients with quality dialysis treatment and integrated care. Its greater mission lies in preventing or delaying kidney failures through kidney health education with deeper integration into community and also strategic collaborative partnership. Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations. All right, also as well, I'd like to invite all our three winners to come back for a group photo with the Minister. Congratulations, gentlemen, if you may. Can I get you to join Minister in the middle as well for a group photo? Let's bring them back once again. Congratulations to our Charity Governance Award winner 2022. And of course, at this moment in time, all of them are back on stage for this group shot once again. Can we have a very, very big round of applause? And a thumbs up for that as well. Thank you. Take a seat. Minister, please stay for the Special Commendation Award. Thank you very much. Minister, we have the next award, which is the Special Commendation Award. Thank you very much. Let's have you for just a little bit longer. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to move on to the Special Commendation Award. And the very first award, we'd like to say congratulations to Singapore Cancer Society. Please welcome Dr. Ravindran Kanasvaran, Vice Chairman. Dr. Ravindran, thank you. Singapore Cancer Society, ladies and gentlemen. The next Special Commendation Award goes to Gardens by the Bay, Mr. Felix Loh Chi Wai, Chief Executive Officer. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to say a very big thank you to Mr. Felix Loh for Gardens by the Bay. And the third and last Special Commendation Award winner 2022 goes to the Esplanade Co-Limited. Please welcome Miss Yvonne Tam, Chief Executive Officer. Congratulations, Miss Yvonne. Please stay for a group photo. We have a special one at that. Thank you so much to the Esplanade. Ms. Yvonne, if you may, you can stay there for a little longer. With that, I'd like to, of course, welcome back all our winners to come and join for this group photo. We're so happy for you today, ladies and gentlemen. It is such an honor and pleasure to be seeing, of course, this moment. Please give us a little bit of time to take this group photo. And after this group photo as well, we do have a special moment for this. A round of applause. Please stay. We just want to make sure that we've got this photo. And I also want to ask the Minister at this point, please stay. Would you like to take a Wi-Fi with everyone? Yes? So, sorry, I'd like to surprise the Minister. with everyone. Would you like to do that? Can I please get you to come on in? And everyone, it is a Wi-Fi, so we need all of you in this photo. And if you may as well, whatever you are, wherever you are, you can remove your mask if you like, if you're comfortable with it. But we would love for your hands to be in the air for this Wi-Fi, ladies and gentlemen. Could you please give a big wave, ladies and gentlemen? 3, 2, 1, a big smile. Let's get a group photo with everyone in the auditorium to commemorate today, and also with this photo as well. Let it be a reminder that you're doing good work, good stewardship, and thanks for being transparent and keeping good practices in your organization. Of course, we trust that you are going to be inspired from today as well. A round of applause, please. And thank you, Minister. We will look forward to the photo later as well. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, now that we have that Wi-Fi to look forward to, I want to tell you that we do have a very special performance lined up for you today. They were here early on practicing, and really they spent a lot of time and effort to make sure they're well prepared for you to entertain you. So let me tell you about them. Now, we have on stage very soon the Diverse Abilities Dance Collective. It is a community initiative by the Maya Dance Theatre. They are known for MDT for short. They started in June 2018 to create a coexisting space for persons with disabilities and art makers. Drawing from MDT's training, they also developed training and dance technique inspired from the Bharatanatyam and contemporary dance. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to welcome them to come on stage right now because they have prepared a very special performance for you. And if you may as well, I want you to please kindly put your hands together to welcome Diverse Abilities Dance Collective, DADC. Absolutely beautiful, lyrical, controlled, and elegant in so many ways. Ladies and gentlemen, Diverse Abilities Dance Collective. Thank you. That was so beautiful. Please send them off with a very, very big round of applause. Thank you so much for a beautiful, beautiful performance. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed that. They really put their heart and soul into performing for you tonight. And I can see they've done so because even from here, I can see all the smiles on your faces. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, it's been such a great night honoring you. And it's a moment in time. It is, of course, a great, not too great, but Minister will now take his leave. So we'd like to say thank you. We would love to have you longer, but at this moment in time, could you please help me thank Minister for his time today? We hope to see you real soon, Minister. Sad that, of course, that you're leaving, but we're so appreciative of all your words of encouragement today, and we'll keep them in mind. With that, ladies and gentlemen, a very big round of applause to Minister Edwin. Thank you so much. We will see you soon. All right, ladies and gentlemen, tonight we'll also be presenting the Charity Transparency Award, which is CTA for short. Now, the Charity Transparency Award, CTA, recognizes charities with good disclosure practices. And what we're going to do is, of course, get our recipients to be invited on stage in alphabetical order, according to the charity's name. And if you'd like to find more information on our winning organizations tonight, it can be found in our e-program booklet that you can also download through our website, of course, through the website you can see for our event. So my friends online right now, if you are, of course, still logging in, you can download it right now and have a look at that. Now, before we move on to the awards presentation, I'd like you to, at this moment in time, to sit back and enjoy a video sharing the importance of transparency and how it is an important foundation to good governance. Take a look.
As a charity, our vision is to be a centre for everyone, and transparency is about being very true to that vision, from how we communicate and relate to our staff, to our stakeholders, including our funders and our donors, all the way to the public that we serve. For us, transparency is about integrity to that vision and doing what we say and always being able to say what we do.
We are all accountable to our donors. Whatever money that is donated to us, we will make sure that it eventually gets directed to our beneficiaries.
Transparency is so important to all our stakeholders. Trust and transparency go hand in hand, really.
Transparency is very important as it allows our stakeholders and, very importantly, our beneficiaries to understand how Shine is set up, how we go about to procure the necessary resources and to deliver the services which are required.
Transparency is fundamental to good governance so that we can build public trust to support the work we do, as well as to be held accountable to our stakeholders, including donors, volunteers and beneficiaries.
As a charity, we have very strict rules of governance and lots of checks and balances in the organisation. But what's unique about the Esplanade is that we are a public space, which means that from the moment we open to the moment we shut, transparent as a public space.
Transparency to us means we're willing to admit mistakes when we do make mistakes. It's in the way that we manage, the way that we operate, the way that we involve people in decision making, in being open about issues, challenges.
Shine has undergone a self-accreditation as well as a constant review of our processes. It is also disclosed annually in our reports. It is one that we take pride, and a lot of efforts are actually put in to provide that level of transparency to all our stakeholders and beneficiaries.
SGS ensures that all critical information about the organisation, such as our annual report, financial report and transparency evaluation checklists, are published and made available on our communication platforms in a timely fashion.
Our charity is actually 100% volunteer run, while our processes and governance is actually documented down properly in guidelines and SOPs. This is where I also have to ensure that my board, on top of their day-to-day jobs, they have to make sure that the governance aspect is actually adhered to strictly and followed through in our charity.
Well, the initiatives that we take are really not written in a handbook, so to speak. Transparency is something that is best shown by example. It's so important that the board members set the example as well as the CEO, the group management team, and all staff. They have to buy in on the importance and the value of transparency.
Transparency is a two-way process. It's very much about what we do internally in terms of the audit process, the training of our staff to be aware of these processes, our relationship with our board, which supports us in governance. But it's two-way because it's also about the feedback that we receive from our donors, our funders, and the public, and being able to adjust our programs and open to the feedback as we adjust our programs.
Collaboration is very key. It is with their input and teamwork that we have been able to come together to best deliver the services for our children in need.
SES is one of the early adopters to embark on Facebook Workplace as a platform to share information and updates with not just our staff, but also key stakeholders. This helps facilitate information sharing and alignment which build trust within the organization as we focus on delivering impactful services to the cancer community. We do acknowledge that we are still a work in progress. Through this entire application and interview process, it has helped us to be more aware of areas for strengthening so that we can better serve our beneficiaries. This process does require a lot of time and resources, but in the long run, it is all worth it.
May we have a round of applause, please? Thank you very much. We will be honoring you on stage very, very soon. So please take this time, of course, to take a few photos while you're on stage. And to do us the honor, I'd like to invite Dr. Gerard Ee, Charity Council Chairman, to present the Charity Transparency Award CTA to our charities. Dr. Ee, please. Thank you, Dr. Ee. It is an honor to have you present the awards, if you may. I want to remind you once again that we will be presenting in alphabetical order. I'd like to see you on stage real soon. Please stand by. Ladies and gentlemen, first up, please put your hands together to welcome 365 Cancer Prevention Society. Welcome our recipient, Reverend Dr. Eric Chiam, President. Thank you. Reverend Doctor is there on stage right now, and of course, we'd like to give you that certificate to say thank you, if you may. Thank you. Can I please have Ida Jacqueline Loh, Chief Executive Officer, up on stage? Thank you, and congratulations. Thank you, Jacqueline. Next, from Alpha Singapore, please welcome Angelic Chia, Executive Director. Congratulations. Thank you, Alpha Singapore. Next, can I please welcome Assisi Hospice? Please welcome Jennifer Lam, Head of Finance. Thank you. Once again, Assisi Hospice. Thank you, Jennifer. Next, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Association of Muslim Professionals. Please welcome Shah Jahan Ibrahim Kuti, Finance Manager. Thank you and congratulations. Next, please welcome AWWA Limited, Karti, Chief Executive Officer. Thank you. AWWA Limited, thank you so much. Please welcome Biblical Graduate School of Theology, Dr. Kenny Tan, Council Chairman. Thank you. Congratulations. Next, please put your hands together for Blossom Seeds Limited, Ong Island, Honorary Treasurer. Thank you. Thank you, Island Blossom Seeds Limited. Thank you so much. Next up, we have a very loud cheer coming from Boydstown, Dr. Roland Yao, Executive Director. Thank you. Dr. Yao was clapping very loudly for the recipient, so thank you very much once again, Boydstown. Next up, Bukit Timah CCC Community Development and Welfare Fund. Welcome, Benny Lee, Chairman. Thank you, Benny. Next up, please put together your hands for Campus Impact. Elsa Chan, Executive Director, thank you. Once again, that's Campus Impact. Next on stage, Caregivers Alliance Limited. Please welcome Galen Tan, Board Director. A round of applause. A big smile, please. Once again, Caregivers Alliance Limited. And next, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Center 42 Limited, Andy Tan, Board Chairman. Thank you. I hope you're not too tired to bring on Center for Fathering Limited, Keith Magnus, Chairman. Thank you. Thank you so much, Center for Fathering Limited. Next up, please welcome Children's Wishing Well, Hamilton Lau, Chairman. Thank you for the good work that you do. Once again, Children's Wishing Well. Next, please welcome Clarity Singapore Limited, Joe Kim To, Executive Director. A round of applause, please. Thank you so very much. And next up, please welcome Club Rainbow Singapore, Alan Chung, Vice President. Thank you, Club Singapore. Club Rainbow Singapore for the good work. Next up, please welcome Crew Asia Limited, Bernard Lube, Chief Finance Officer. Thank you. Congratulations, Crew Asia Limited. Ladies and gentlemen, Cycling Without Age Singapore Limited, welcome Jerome Yu, Chief Executive Officer. Thank you. Truly, Cycling Without Age Singapore Limited, thank you for the good work. Please welcome DAS Academy Limited, Kevin Quack, Director. Congrats, Kevin. And next on stage, put your hands together for DAS International Services Limited, Kaka Singh, Director. Thank you and congratulations. Great moment to share. And ladies and gentlemen, up next, Dyslexia Association of Singapore, Eric Lee, Chairman. Thank you. Once again, Eric Lee for Dyslexia Association of Singapore. Please welcome Fengshan CCC Community Development and Welfare Fund, Stanley O, Chairman. A round of applause. And next up, Philos Community Services Limited. Please welcome Jose Alai, Director. Congratulations. congrats to Philos Community Services Limited. Next, focus on the family. Singapore Limited, please welcome Andy Tan, Board of Director, Audit and Risk Committee Chair. Thank you. And we welcome back again on stage Gardens by the Bay, Felix Loh, Chief Executive Officer. Thank you. If you're not too tired by now, ladies and gentlemen, our next recipient is from Geylang Serai CCC Community Development and Welfare Fund, Lee Hong Ping, Chairman. A round of applause. Next up, representing Handicaps Welfare Association, we have Hui Beng Hong, President, accompanied by Subrata Banerjee, Executive Director. Can I please have? Yes, thank you very much. Can we have a round of applause? Once again, Handicaps Welfare Association, Hui Beng Hong, our President, accompanied by Subrata Banerjee, Executive Director. Thank you so much. It is an honor to have you. Thank you. A round of applause if you may. Next up, we'd like to welcome Home Nursing Foundation, Dr. Christina Tiong, Chief Executive Officer. Thank you. Next, IC2 Prep House Limited, Ang Ling Hong, Chief Executive Officer. A round of applause. Thank you. Congratulations. Next, we have Jurong Central CCC Community Development and Welfare Fund, Yap Tin Ling, Chairman. Thank you. We'd like to say thank you to Kwong Wai Shui Hospital, Dr. Ao Chi Chung, Chief Executive Officer. Thank you. We honor on stage Longbows Association for the Disabled Singapore, James Chia, President. Next is Live Community Services Society, Nicholas Goh, Chairman. Congrats. Thank you. Welcome Lions Home for the Elders, Henry W.H. Tan, Management Board Chairman. Thank you. And congratulations to Marymount Center, Jane Marie Earn, Chairperson. Thank you. Once again, Marymount Center, thank you so much. Next, we call upon Methodist Welfare Services, Fong Lu Fen, Chairpersons. Thank you. Can we hear it for Metropolitan Young Men's Christian Association of Singapore, Grace Chan, Group Chief Executive Officer. Congratulations. Next up, we welcome back Mindset Care Limited, Jeffrey Tan, Chief Executive Officer. And ladies and gentlemen, here we are at this point. We'd like to congratulate Movement for the Intellectually Disabled of Singapore Minds. Please welcome Kelvin Koh, Chief Executive Officer. Thank you, Kelvin. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating our first 40 award recipients by giving them a big round of applause and a big round of applause for Dr. E. Take a seat right now. Like what was mentioned earlier, this is, of course, the highest number since the awards were introduced in 2016. The number of charities have only risen over the years, and we're counting on you as well to, of course, spread the good word of what we do here today. Once again, thank you, Dr. E, for your patience. Please be seated. All right, ladies and gentlemen, with more to go. And next up, we'd like to invite on stage Commissioner of Charities, Mr. Desmond Chin, to present the awards to our recipients. Mr. Chin, welcome. Thank you for joining us here today, Mr. Chin. Let us go from the next recipient. We would like to welcome Nanyang Citizens Consultative Committee Welfare and Education Fund. Please welcome Chung Hock Hwa, Chairman. Thank you so much. Next, we'd like to honor National Arthritis Foundation, Professor Lau Tang Ching, Chairman. Thank you. We'd like to welcome National Healthcare Group Fund, Joan Koh, Treasurer. Thank you and congratulations. Please help me welcome Nature Society Singapore, Natasha Reiner, Honorary Secretary. Thank you. Thank you and congratulations. We'd like to, of course, honor New Hope Community Services, Andrew Koh, Chief Executive Officer. Thank you and congrats. Give us a big smile. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, next we have Northlight School, Tommy Sue, Vice Principal. Congratulations, Northlight. And next we have Open House Limited. Please welcome Christopher Mayo, Board Member and Treasurer. Congratulations. Thank you so much. Congratulations to you. And next, if you may, join me to welcome Prison Fellowship Singapore Limited, Chua Kok Wan, Executive Director. Congratulations. Next, we have Pongo West CCC, Community Development and Welfare Fund. Please welcome David Ong, Chairman. And next, if you're not too tired by now, please welcome Pro Bono SG Sahana Rai, Assistant Director. Next up, congratulations to Quantech Foundation Singapore Limited, Xie Yao Chuan, Chief Executive Officer. Congratulations to you. Please join me to welcome Radin Mas CCC, Community Development and Welfare Fund, Fabian Ng, Vice Chairman. We honor Renci Hospital, Yep Wai-ming, Board Director. Thank you. A round of applause. And next, ladies and gentlemen, we have Riding for the Disabled Association of Singapore. Please welcome Simon Leong, Chairman. SATA ComHealth, please welcome Stanley Sia, Chairman. Thank you, Stanley. We really appreciate you and all your hard work. Next up, Shared Services for Charities Limited. Please welcome Yao Wu Ting, Head of Info and Operations. Thank you. Big smiles, please. Thank you. And next, we'd like to honor Shine Children and Youth Services. Please welcome Tay Nam Lei, Director, Corporate Services. Congratulations. Please continue the good work. And next, we'd like to honor Singapore Anglican Community Services, Keith Chua, Vice President. Congratulations. We honor Singapore Cancer Society, Albert Ching, Chief Executive Officer. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Singapore Cycling Federation, Dr. Hing Xing Chen, President. Dr. Hing Xiong Chen, thank you so much. Once again, Singapore Cycling Federation. Ladies and gentlemen, next, Singapore Disability Sports Council, Mei Yik, Finance Executive. Thank you. Next on stage, Singapore Gymnastics, Dr. Patrick Liu, President. We also honor Singapore Heart Foundation, Professor Tan Hui Chim, Chairman. A round of applause. We'd like to honor Singapore Indian Development Association. Please welcome Amarusu Ranjendran, Chief Executive Officer. Thank you so much. Next, we have Singapore Table Tennis Association, Ho Lee San, President. Thank you. Please put your hands together for SPD, Ong Tun Hui, President. Please welcome Sri Narayana Mission Singapore. Welcome on stage right now, Jayadev Unithan, President. Thank you and congrats. St. Andrew's Mission Hospital, Andrew Goh, Vice President of SAMH Board. A round of applause. Next, from Sundeck, please welcome Kwek Hun Chun, Executive Director, to come on stage right now. Thank you and congratulations. Thank you. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, we have Tanglin Trust School Foundation Limited. Please welcome Neil Todman, Board Director. Congratulations. Keep up the good work. And ladies and gentlemen, next we have the Community Foundation of Singapore. Welcome Christine Ong, Chairman. A very big thank you to Community Foundation of Singapore. And next up, we welcome back once again. Put your hands together for the Esplanade Co Limited, Yvonne Tam, Chief Executive Officer. Congrats again. And we have the National Kidney Foundation, Tim Uy, Chief Executive Officer. Congrats. Representing the Singapore Association for the Deaf, we have Valerie Tan, EXCO member and chairman of Audit Committee. A round of applause, Valerie. With great joy, I welcome from the Straits Times School Pocket Money Fund, Tan Bee Hyong, General Manager. Next, from Tai Hua Kwan Moral Charities Limited, please welcome Chang Long Jong, Chairman. A round of applause. Thank you so very much. Ladies and gentlemen, let's keep up the good spirit of giving our applause. Next up, we have Toa Payoh Central CCC, Community Development and Welfare Fund. Please welcome Doris Chan, Chairperson's Board of Directors. Doing great, everybody. Next, please welcome Touch Community Services Limited, James Tan, Chief Executive Officer. Thank you. We'd like to say a very big thank you to Touch Family Services Limited, Leong Lai Cheng's Chief Operation Officer. A round of applause. Thank you so very much. Next, we'd like to welcome Tribe Limited, Rachel Ong, Chairman. A round of applause for Rachel. My friends, we have a few more to go. The next we'd like to honor on stage comes from Ulu Pandan CCC, Community Development and Welfare Fund. Please welcome Aloysia Zip, Chairman. We're truly honored to have on stage Viriya Community Services, Edna Ko, Vice President. Congratulations. Fantastic. Next, West Coast CCC, Community Development and Welfare Fund. Welcome Tan Xiao Kim, Chairperson. Please, let's hear it for Woodbridge Hospital Charity Fund, Ng Bee Lan, Chief Financial Officer. And bringing us home today, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Young Men's Christian Association of Singapore, Ho Chi Hon, Board Director. The last one that we're giving away tonight. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Mr. Chin. Thank you. Fantastic. Take a seat right now. Once again, a very big thank you to Dr. E and Mr. Chin for giving away the awards tonight. And of course, we did it, guys. We gave away so many awards, and I really hope that this will encourage you to, of course, greater heights, to greater transparency and greater governance. And we really hope that this is a great gesture from our heart to you. We really thank you for all the good work that you've done so far. With that, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of the Charity Transparency and Governance Award 2022. Of course, we want to welcome you to mingle around, take more photos, congratulate each other, and encourage each other to keep on with the good work. And ladies and gentlemen, before we wrap up the night as well, a big thank you to my online attendees. We hope to see you in person real soon. Take care of yourself, and we will see you very, very soon. And of course, we'd like to thank all of you here in making tonight possible, special and memorable as well. My name is Sue, and on behalf of the Charity Council, I want to wish you a pleasant night ahead and a fantastic year as well. With that, please, of course, give all of yourselves a very big round of applause. Congratulations. Thank you and good night, everybody. See you soon. Ladies and gentlemen, just one last thing, if I may ask you to do, is that we do have a little post-event survey. So at this moment in time, if you're going to be on your way out taking some photos, I'd like to remind you that we do have a little QR code to scan to help us better improve for our next event. So just before you go, thank you for fishing out your phone to take this little post-event survey. I welcome you to come to the front of the stage area as well to take some photos, and at the same time, take a photo of the QR code as you are slowly streaming down the stairs. Take your time, please. We will, of course, get to every one of you. And feel free to take some photos before you go. But of course, do me a favor, help me fill up the post-event survey. Let us know what we can do to serve you better for next year, 2023. Once again, my name is Sue. Good night, and I'll see you soon.